Hi everyone, and a grand welcome to the thrilling sequel of the NRI Investments Cinematic Universe. Today we'll talk about glittering gold and managed portfolios. If you missed the blockbuster first part, no problem at all. Let me give you a quick rundown. We ventured into the glamorous world of fixed income, the high-octane thrills of equity, and the blockbuster drama of real estate. All in all, I just have 3 words for you. Go watch now. And maybe bring some popcorn too. Now, in this video, we'll dive deep into gold and managed portfolios. So let's start with everyone's favorite and heartthrob, gold. There are various ways through which one can invest in gold. It can be physical gold, gold ETFs, gold mutual funds, digital gold or e-gold, and sovereign gold bonds. Let's deep dive into them one by one. First, physical gold. Physical gold is basically like buying gold in its tangible form, such as jewelry, coins, bars. The main advantages of physical gold are twofold. Well, first one is that it's a tangible asset class that you can hold. And secondly, it's the perfect accessory when you want to shine brighter than the sun at family gatherings. So if you're planning to overshadow Aunt Rita at the next wedding, physical gold's got you covered. Plus, it's always there when you need a last-minute gift, because who even needs gift wrapping when you're gifting gold? But on the flip side, sure, it's shiny and impressive and everyone wants a piece of it. But then you've got to think about the part, where do I store this? Where do I keep it? There's always a constant danger of someone stealing it. The danger of theft, basically. And also the charges of making it, right? These could be kind of sneaky because they turn out to be always more than you expect. Now, let's say you have a chunk of gold and you want to sell it. Well, I hope you kept the receipt because its resale value might just have taken a nibble out thanks to those making charges. Also, you'd probably want to make sure that the gold's purity is always on point, so please buy from a reputable source or you might just get fleeced off a nest. Second is gold ETFs or exchange traded funds. Gold ETFs are financial instruments that are based on the price of gold. They're like mirrors to the world of gold, as each unit of a gold ETF represents the price of 1 gram of gold. There are several advantages to gold ETFs. Gold ETFs are like having a photo of a gold bar on your phone. You don't have the heavy bar in your pocket, but you know its value. Basically, it offers a more secure and convenient way to invest in gold without the need to handle the physical product. The prices are transparent and based on the prevailing market rates. Moreover, these can be traded on the stock market just like any other stock. The major disadvantage of gold ETFs is like they're kind of like the Netflix for gold. What do I mean by that? Basically, you pay a subscription fee or a management fees. So when you're investing in gold ETFs, you're exposed to the market volatility, the dramas that happen in a Netflix show. But you don't actually own the gold. You don't actually own the DVD box set. That is owned by Netflix HQ. And in finance language, we call all of this a fund house or trust. Essentially, your returns depend solely on the ups and downs of the price movements of gold. And to invest in gold ETFs, you as an NRI would need a DMAT and a trading account. Because without these accounts, you can't even have a thought of investing in gold ETF. Third is gold mutual fund. Now, gold mutual funds are the dating apps of the investment world. Instead of swiping right on gold ETFs directly, these funds do the matchmaking for you. It's like setting you up on a blind date with gold. In short, gold mutual funds primarily invest in gold ETFs. They offer an investment route into gold without directly buying the gold ETFs. Well, the advantage is that it's a hassle-free method. In this case, you don't need a DMAT account if you're directly investing through an AMC. An AMC provides professional management of the gold investment. The advantage of this is that it's a hassle-free method of investment. You don't need a DMAT account if you're investing directly through an AMC. An AMC provides professional management of the gold investment. One key disadvantage is the expense ratio or the annual fees might be slightly older than gold ETFs, since it includes management fees for both the mutual fund and the underlying ETF. It's like ordering a pizza with extra toppings. You pay a bit more because all of that cheese burst in the crust. NRIs can invest either through a DMAT and trading account or directly with the asset management company or AMC. Fourth is digital gold or e-gold. Now, what does digital gold now even mean? Basically, you can call e-gold as electronic gold or digital gold. This system allows investors to buy gold in much smaller denominations and hold it in a dematerialized form. The best part is that it offers the flexibility to buy and sell gold in small denominations. Also, you can convert e-gold into physical gold as and when required. One of the major drawbacks of holding digital gold is that it's not governed by any regulatory body. So just be super careful before you dive into this investment. Fifth And last is sovereign gold bonds. Sovereign gold bonds are government securities denominated in grams of gold. They're issued by the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of the Government of India. These bonds are kind of like a substitute for holding physical gold. So as an investor, what you need to do is pay the issue price in cash, and the bonds will be redeemed also in cash when they mature. One standard option is the sovereign gold bond or the SGBs, which are famous for good reason. These bonds not only offer a 2.5% annual interest but also grant tax-free capital gains upon maturity. Unfortunately, these shiny bonds aren't available to non-resident investors, which can be a bit of a bummer. However, there's still ways to join the gold party. If you had invested in SGBs before switching your residency to non-resident status, you're in luck. You can actually keep holding on to them till they mature. All the rules that we've chatted about earlier apply here too, including the possibility of TDS, which is tax deducted at source when you redeem your investment. Now let's talk about managed portfolios. Investing in equity or bond debt markets come with its own challenges. So it's not necessary that we have to handle everything all by ourselves. We can always take the help of experts to manage our money. There are multiple types of portfolio managers to help us invest in equity, debt, or a combination of two. So here we have three options available: mutual funds, portfolio management services or PMS, or the National Pension Scheme NPS. Let's deep dive into Indian mutual funds first. First of all, if you're still starry-eyed about going abroad but your heart still beats for India, you can invest via an NRE or an NRO account. Just imagine shopping at the Dubai Mall, but instead of dirhams, you're actually paying in Indian rupees. Yes, your investments are made in our very own Desi rupee currency. Now, you must be thinking, I'm here enjoying camel rides and sand dunes. Can I still manage my investments in India? Absolutely. Think of it as remotely controlling your AC through your phone. You can either pull a genie in a lamp trick and grant someone in India the power of attorney to handle things for you, or have a joint holding with someone back home. It's like giving your sibling the remote control, just with a little bit more trust. Also, wait, hold up. Are you someone who loves planning? For all the planners out there who like their investments as systematic as their morning routine, there's good news. You've got options like SIP, STP, and even switch transactions. Think of this like setting a weekly reminder to call your mom. Systematic, smooth, and super essential. Now, here's a common misconception. A lot of people think that you need a PIS account to dive in, but that's kind of like believing you need a snake charmer to visit India. No. For mutual funds, you can skip that step, tie your laces, and start your financial marathon. Whoa. Before you start sprinting, here's the KYC hurdle. It's like when your aunt asks you like 100 questions before revealing the secret family recipe. To get this golden ticket, you need your PAN card, passport, your address proofs, which are both your overseas one and your hometown, an original photograph, and a cancelled check. Here's a quick note though. While Indian cinema might be multilingual, your documents need to be in English. So it doesn't matter if you're sunbathing in Hawaii or skiing on the Alps. While doing this, please make sure your docs are stamped by the right folks. So if you're in India while completing this KYC, a self-attestation is fine. But if you're abroad, make sure to get these documents attested either by embassy officials or by managers of scheduled commercial banks that are headquartered in India. Now let's talk about tax. Both India and US prioritize tax compliance, so they've even established an MOU for sharing investor information. For you as an investor, this means ensuring compliance with the Foreign Account Tax Compliant Act, commonly referred to as FATCA. Do know that because of FATCA, some mutual funds in India might restrict investors from the US and Canada. So always double check with the AMCs to ensure that they accept investments from non-resident investors like yourself. Now, if you're wondering where do your redeemed funds go, it's simple. If you invest from an NRE account, your redemption proceeds will be sent back to your NRE account. To confirm that your investment funds originated from foreign sources, your banker can provide a Foreign Inward Remittance Certificate or FIRC. Lastly, let's touch upon taxes. Any dividends or capital gains you earn from these investments are taxable in India. A TDS will be deducted from your investments, and it's your responsibility to file those tax returns and pay whatever necessary taxes are there. The silver lining in all this is that if you incur any capital losses, you can use those to offset future capital gains. Alright folks, now let's dive into the world of portfolio management services, or as we fondly call it, PMS. Think of it as getting your personal shopper but for stocks. So how is this different from our good old mutual funds? Let's break that down. Imagine that you're hiring someone just to pick out stocks for you. With PMS, that's exactly what you get. A dedicated fund manager who rolls up their sleeves, dives into the stock market pool and picks out the best stocks for you. The best parts? These stocks are directly under your name. It's like owning a personal wardrobe of stocks. On the other hand, mutual funds are like a community wardrobe where everyone shares. You don't have a claim on any one piece of clothing, or in this case, a particular stock. Now here's where PMS spices things up a bit. Even though two PMS clients might have the same style or investment theme, their portfolios might look entirely different. It's like having a twin but with totally different outfits. Your fund manager will sit you down, chat about your goals, figure out what you're comfortable with, and even check if there are any sectors or stocks you're not vibing with. Then they'll stitch together a portfolio that's designed just for you. Sadly, mutual funds don't give us this celebrity level tailored experience. But there's a tiny hiccup with PMS. You know how when you sell an outfit, you might have to pay a bit of tax? With PMS, every time your manager changes an outfit or a stock in your portfolio, you've got to pay a little tax. Let's look at this in the mutual fund world. You only have to do this when you empty out your entire wardrobe, or in this case, sell all the mutual fund units. For all our globetrotters and non-residents, if you're thinking of taking the PMS route, here's the deal. Your manager will set up a unique wardrobe space for you, basically means open a separate demat and trading account. And what about the formalities? Well, picture this. You're essentially setting up a profile on a new online shopping site. India's got this cool system where your profile or KYC data can be used across multiple sites, making it super simple. And finally, picking the right PMS is kind of like picking the perfect stylist. From big names like Aditya Birla Capital PMS, ICICI Prudential PMS, and Motilal Oswal PMS, to your local favorites and boutique PMS houses, the options are endless. Once you figure out your style, taste, and what you're comfortable with, you'll know exactly who to go with. And that's a wrap on PMS. Let's move towards NPS now. So now let's deep dive into India's National Pension Scheme, or NPS, especially from a non-resident viewpoint. Firstly, if you're between the ages 18 to 60 and you're not residing in India, I've got some good news for you. You can still invest in NPS. Remember that time when we had to visit a bank and wait in long queues? Well, thankfully, those days are behind us. With eNPS, the entire process is online. So you can kick back and chill while everything gets sorted. Now, before you get started, make sure you either have an Aadhaar card or a combo of a PAN card and bank account for verification. Got that? Awesome. Okay, so here's something cool. As a non-resident, you get to choose between a repatriable or a non-repatriable account. Depending on how you see your future, you can select either. Worried about the whole KYC drill? Don't be. The process is super streamlined across all account types. Alright, now let's talk choices. When you dive into NPS, you've got 8 top-notch fund managers to pick from. And there are 4 main investment avenues to consider. 1. E stands for equity. 2. C is corporate bonds. 3. Well, G, that's government bonds. And 4. A for the more adventurous, alternative investments. If you're the hands-on type, there's always the active choice. Set your preferences and actually manage how your money is invested. But remember, equity can't go beyond 75% and alternative investments are capped at 5%. What if you're not into micromanaging? No worries at all. The auto option adjusts your investments based on your age. So as you grow older, it gradually shifts things to reduce risk. This auto option automatically adjusts your equity exposure as you age, so it decreases over a period of time. There are even 3 subcategories to the aggressive, moderate, and conservative auto allocation, so that caters to different risk appetites. Now, I've heard some of you say that NPS locks your funds until retirement. While it's true that the system encourages that you save till 60, early redemptions are also possible. However, if you choose to withdraw before 60, only 20% of your corpus can be taken as a lump sum. The rest, a significant 80%, has to be invested in annuity plans. Post 60, the rules are more relaxed, allowing you to withdraw 60% of that corpus and the remaining 40% towards annuity plans. And additionally, there have been some recent regulations that state that if your total corpus value is less than 5 lakh rupees, special provisions may apply. So you can do early redemptions, but with certain conditions. We won't dive too deep into that, but feel free to ask in the comments below. And finally, the cherry on top, the tax benefits. With NPS, you can claim some sweet exemptions and save on those taxes. So while you're growing your money for the future, you're also saving in the present. Under Section 80C, especially if you're in the old tax regime, you can claim up to a whopping 1.5 lakh rupees. And there's more. Ever heard of Section 80CCD? It's like a bonus level. You can claim an extra 50,000 rupees on top of the earlier benefit. Now that is what I call a deal. So fast forward to when you're ready to enjoy the fruits of your investment, you can pull out 60% of your NPS money. And guess what? it's totally tax-free. But there's a tiny catch. What about the remaining 40%? Well, when you invested into an annuity for a regular pension, the money you get from there is taxable each year. But hey, considering the benefits, it's still a win-win. So if you haven't looked into NPS yet, maybe it's time. And if you've gotten any questions, drop them below. To sum it up for all you non-residents, NPS is a great retirement solution. It's flexible and it's got potential as well as tax efficiency. But of course, before putting in money into any one investment option, please do your own research. Alright, that's a wrap for today. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. Drop your questions below and I'll see you in the next one.